Hi, my name's Matt. That's me in the ears. And this is my mate Claire. Unlike me, Claire is a massive Disney fan. Now that's not me saying I dislike Disney, I've just never really had that connection with the brand, and I've always prioritised visiting parks with bigger thrill rides, thinking along the lines of, Disney's just for kids? This is my third video from Disneyland Paris, and if you've enjoyed this little series, or if this is the first video you've ever seen and you go on to enjoy it, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would help me out massively, and it means that you won't miss vlogs coming up from Efteling, Wallaby Holland and Toverland. Okay, let's get into this. My name's Matt, this is the Coaster Giant channel, and here's what happened on day 3, and find out at the end of the video if I've changed my mind or if I still think Disneyland is just for kids. It's day 3, it's 8:45, and we're in the magic hour, and we're heading straight for Tower of Terror. I want to get a couple more rides in on this today because it was so good yesterday. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's do this. So last night we queued all the way through down there and around that massive cattle pen queue. And with the early entry, we're going straight into the lobby today. So we got a different pre-show room today. Now we're in the boiler room. We're going upstairs, so this is totally different to what we did yesterday. The theming in here is incredible. That's a shame, we weren't allowed. I had the GoPro on and I wasn't allowed to film. They told me to turn it off on Tower of Terror. But that's probably why I didn't really know what to expect when I went on it for the first time yesterday, because I'd never seen POVs or anything of it. I purposely tried to stay spoiler free, but yeah, that was mad. And because we loaded upstairs, we got a drop before we even did the cycle, which I wasn't expecting. That was a lot of fun. That's probably my favourite ride here.
I am Buzz Lightyear with an important message from Star Command. Your mission? Have a happy new year.
I love this area. It's very bright and colourful. And next we're going on the Toy Soldiers parachute drop. I've never done one of these style of rides before. One at Toverland was shut when we were there. So basically stay in a parachute, get cranked up to the top, and then drop back down. I'm going to put the GoPro on again, see if they let me film on this, because if we get the right side, we'll be able to see some construction of the new Frozen area that they're building. That's due to open next year, but Claire's unsure that's realistic, so we're going to go and check out where the construction's at. Whoa. That was quite good.
It's not looking like a year's work.
That was fun. It's really cold today, and I think it's just started snowing. I've seen a few flakes. Based on the construction for the new Frozen area, they've got a lot to do before it opens next year. You couldn't even really make out any buildings, could you? It was just concrete and a lake. So hopefully that came through on the camera. But yeah, 2025 opening. Seems a long way away. So, Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin. I was reading the sign. So that's a coaster train on a coaster track, driven by tyre driven. So I think that should be a +1. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, next up, something totally different. We're going to learn to draw. Well, someone's going to try and teach us. Yeah, so this should be fun. Oh, so this is really cool. We'll get our own little drawing station. And they're going to teach us from the front over there. And it's really warm in here as well. And it's -4 outside, so I'm appreciating that heat.
Vous me laissez juste les crayons sur les pupitres, s'il vous plaît. Of course you can keep your drawings, it's for you, but please leave the pencils on the desk. Merci beaucoup de m'avoir écouté.
Right now, you're standing in front of what's called a zoetrope.
Un zoetrope? Qu'est-ce que ça fait, ça?
You see how each sculpture is a little bit different?
Ouais. On dirait bien que chacune de ces petites sculptures est différente des autres. Pourquoi ça?
Let me explain. A huge turntable is going to spin these sculptures. Then lights will flash, so your eyes take a picture of the sculptures frozen in space. Your brain connects all these images so that it'll look like Buzz and all our friends are having a great big Andy's Room hoedown.
J'ai compris. La table va se mettre à tourner. Il va y avoir des flashs. Mes yeux vont mémoriser tout ce que je verrai à chaque flash. Et mon cerveau va assembler toutes ces images pour donner l'impression que nos copains organisent un bal dans la chambre d'Andy.
Pretty neat, huh?
Yeah! Ça a l'air génial. Allez, qu'est-ce qu'on attend?
Come on, Bullseye. Let's ride like the wind.
Oh. I was quite happy with my drawing. I didn't embarrass myself. Played it pretty good too. Okay, so there were 2 more car rides to do, but we didn't get either. It's -4 here now. I think it feels colder than that. So I think a few of the outdoor rides are starting to struggle a little bit. So yeah, they're both closed, only temporarily, so we might get them later. So we're going to wander over to Flight Force, probably do a single rider on that, see if we can get another ride in, and maybe web slingers for one last time before we go back over to the other park.
Unfortunately, Tony's right. We've got one chance to save the planet. So no pressure.
And now it's showtime. Don't know what to expect from this, but I'm just going to be glad to get in the warm, to be honest. Thank you. This is Disney Junior Dream Factory.
You don't think there's someone here without a dream, do you?
Mais qui est-ce qui ne rêve pas ici? C'est moi. Axel, you don't have a dream. Mais Axel, tu n'as pas de rêve. Oh. Regardez-moi, je n'ai rien de particulier. Si je vous disais que je rêve d'être chic.
That was like really cute. I've really enjoyed the shows we've seen. It's really nice just to get inside and sit down and warm up a little bit. But the shows are actually really good quality. There was loads of actors in that again today. Not as many as The Lion King yesterday, but quite a lot of people on the stage. So yeah, they put a lot of effort into them. Right, we're still in Studio Parks. We're gonna head, we've got a meet and greet with Spider-Man. So we're gonna go and do that, and then we're gonna head back to the main park. Here we go, we're back in the main park now. Still got about 4 hours of our day left before we have to head home. So just wandering down Main Street. We're gonna go to Star Tours because we haven't done that yet. Well, I haven't. And then it's just re-rides. So got a nice relaxed afternoon. don't know if you can see it in the air around me, but it's actually snowing again. Man, it's cold. Right, the last big ride that we wanted to get on. Oh, it's just gone up to 35 minutes. Show is 25, but it's Star Tours. All I know is that it's a simulator. I couldn't tell you anything else about it, so another surprise for me.
Advanced astronautics, and the latest IC360 camera tools.
So Star Tours was really good. I love simulator rides. You don't really get many like that. Definitely not in the UK anyway. I love the scale of it all. It was like, felt epic before you boarded. And then the video quality was really good as well. Probably the best I've ever seen in that kind of ride. It wasn't like fuzzy at all. It was really good. We're gonna find some food now because we're both hungry. So we're heading to, what is it, Toad Hall? Toad Hall. To Toad Hall. Here we go, Toad Hall. This is one of the best themed places to eat. Building's stunning. And there's Toad. So this smells really good. Got fish and chips. Got like 2 big pieces of fish. Coke in a refillable cup. And it was only €16 for this. Which I think for Disney is pretty good value. Okay, we're gonna give Phantom Manor a re-ride. See how I feel about it after this one. Food was really nice. Nice in a way of, I mean, the fish and chips were a bit like something I could cook in the oven at home, but for €16 including a drink, from what I've seen of Disney, it's good value and it was dead tasty. So yeah, I'd recommend the Toad Hall place. Loads of really cool theming inside. Right, let's get on Phantom Manor. Just to demonstrate how cold it is here, look at all that ice. It is absolutely freezing. Get some great views of Thunder Mountain from over here actually. So Hyperspace Mountain has just reopened. It's been down for a couple of hours, so we're headed over here to get on it. But the queue is right out the gates and all the way down there. So instead, we're going on this little car ride. That was cool, but that was the hardest car I've ever driven. That's harder than flipping dodging cars. It would not go straight. I couldn't get it to go straight. It was either right or left. Constantly bashing into the rail, but that was a lot of fun. So we're now heading on Orbitron, this rocket ride. It's absolutely stunning centrepiece of this area. And it's only got a really little queue. And then this is the last ride we have to do in this park. So this is really cool. You get your own little spaceship, rocket ship. And you pull this lever if you want to go up and let it go if you want to go down. Let's get up there. It's time for my first ever Disney parade. We've saved this right till the end of the trip. Let's see what it's all about.
Your imagination, come taste
That parade was really, really good. It was stunning. I can't believe the size of the floats. Like, they're massive, way bigger than you see when you see them on the like TV and stuff. You don't think they're that big, but they're huge, massive production. That was a really nice way to end the trip. So one last thing, we haven't got time for another ride, so we've just come over here to have one last look around Frontierland, which is my favourite area here and one of my favourite theme park lands in the world. Absolutely love it. I love the like Western theme anyway, but it's just done so well here. So much detail. Like the island that Thunder Mountain's on is just spectacular. Like, I hope it's coming out on the camera okay. So that's it, that's the end of the trip. My first ever visit to Disneyland Paris. I've had 3 amazing days. All that's left to do is nip up to Main Street and choose one mug from the huge selection of mugs available just to commemorate the trip. There's been so much to take in from the last 3 days. I'm not going to like try and fit everything into this, all my thoughts into this now. I'm going to like work through everything, and then I'll probably record a bit of extra footage when I get home just of what I think of the place and yeah, my first reaction to everything that is Disney. So I will see you, so next time I see you I'll probably be drinking out of my new mug at home. So that's it, the end of our 3 days at Disneyland Paris. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm not a massive Disney fan, don't dislike it, just not got a massive connection to the brand. And I've always thought in the past that Disney is more of a place for kids and families to visit than adults just with their mates. But I have been pleasantly surprised by this trip. So let's start off by looking at what the parks have to offer. You've got an amazing lineup of rides for thrill seekers of all ages. So you've got everything from your basic dark rides up to your big thrill coasters and Tower of Terror, which was just amazing. Yeah, really surprised at the level of thrill on some of them rides. So definitely something for all ages from a ride point of view. There's loads of experiences you can do as well. So you saw us in the maze, the Alice in Wonderland maze. There's also some man-made caves that you can go through and explore near Pirates of the Caribbean. There's a big tree that you can climb up, get to the top and get amazing views over the parks. So there's, again, something for everybody in there, something that everyone can get involved in the family. From a food point of view, I wasn't overly impressed, but again, there is something for all ages. For me personally, if I'm at a park, I like different kinds of food. So I'm thinking like in Fantasyland, where you've got food that's themed to the land that you're in. So you're kind of getting cuisines from all around the world. At Disney, it all felt quite bland from what I could see. The 3-course meals that we had were really nice and really nice themed restaurants. But as you were walking around the park, I didn't see many like fast serve outlets with different foods going on. There is something for everyone, but it isn't overly adventurous. Although I didn't cover it in the vlog, we did, after park, visit a couple of the different themed hotels on the resort, just to try out the bars, which were all really good, so that's definitely one more for the adults. The other real surprise of the trip for me was the shows. So I was expecting the shows at night, and I was expecting the parades, but what I didn't expect was the sit-down theatre shows. So you can go from everything from something aimed at kids that's all about pop music and the characters dancing on the stage, which I still enjoyed, right up to The Lion King, which wouldn't be out of place in the West End. So in summary, you've got rides for all ages, you've got lots of different experiences around the park, you've got shows that everyone can enjoy, and I've got to be honest and say I didn't for 1 minute feel out of place being there as an adult without kids. So we visited in the middle of January, which is one of the quietest times of the year to visit Disneyland Paris. We actually got a really good deal as well, so we stayed at the Cheyenne Hotel. 2 nights based on a twin room was £292 each, so that was 2 nights in the hotel and 3 days on the park. So my opinion on Disney has definitely changed. I loved my time at Disneyland Paris. I think the 2 parks are very, very different, they're miles apart. So the main park is absolutely beautifully themed, well planned. The infrastructure for getting there in general is great with the trains and everything, and once you're inside the park, you've got a number of very immersive lands where you've got the sight lines are all perfect, you can't see into any other area of the park and you feel very immersed. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's absolutely perfect, almost
I kind of left in a way feeling like it was almost too perfect. I can't even articulate what I mean by that, but it is just like everything is spot on. And then you go over to the Studios Park, and whilst that's got more of the thrilling rides, like Tower of Terror and Flight Force, the rides that I really enjoyed from a thrill point of view, the park itself is very much in the middle of a lot of construction. So there's a lot of construction walls, they're building a whole new land, but it didn't hit the spot like the other one did at all. Once you're in certain areas like the Toy Story area and the Avengers Campus area, they're really nice, really well themed, but the layout of the park, it all just feels kind of plonked into position, which was a real shock after experiencing the main park for the first time. So, did I leave Disneyland a convert and a massive Disney fan? No, I didn't, but I did have a really good time. I loved everything about the parks. The rides were a very nice surprise, especially the really thrilling ones, and I would want to go back. I think it's been a while, but I have been to Universal in Florida, and I'd definitely, if I had to choose between the two, I'd still choose going to Universal. That's more my cup of tea, and I'm not like rushing to get back to Disneyland Paris. I think when they open the new Frozen area, I'd like to visit, or if there was a special event on that I was going with a load of mates, then yeah, I'd definitely be up for that. But other places I've visited, like Phantasialand, I left there thinking, I can't wait to go back, I need to come back here. Whereas with Disneyland Paris, I absolutely loved it, had a blast, but I'm in no rush to get back. So that brings me on to the end of another video. I'd just like to say, especially if you've made it to the end and you've listened to me waffle on for the last few minutes, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little series. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because we've got vlogs coming up from Wallaby Holland, Toverland and the magical Efteling, all coming up soon, as well as all the stuff from UK parks as they start to open from the first weekend in March. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.